if you yourself do not experience compassion, if you yourself do not experience some sort of forgiveness, or you have a light heart, or you have a kind heart, or a generous heart, and you have not developed that, you will not think anybody else has it. Even if the kindest person standing in front of you will have a wrong view. And that's the fact of life. So therefore, having a guru and respecting a guru is not about the guru. It's about yourself. It's about yourself. Because why? If you reach someone like Mother Teresa's level, you will see compassion and love and the need to nurture and take care of people everywhere. Even if they're mean to you, you will see them with a loving eye everywhere. Even your worst enemy, you will see with a loving eye. If you develop Mother Teresa's level. If you're a nasty, mean little person who always wants to get revenge, Mother Teresa can stand in front of you. You see someone, you think, what does she want? What's her motive? That's the mind. That's why I say people who have doubts and people always, people who hear a little rumor and they run away, they don't check for themselves, they don't see for themselves, and they run away immediately, tells you something about their life. And they will run away about everything in their life. They may be making money. They may get a good post in their company, but it doesn't mean they are happy. They make people happy, or they are fulfilled, or they make people fulfilled because they simply run away. And same thing with a few people who have left. They feel an emptiness, and they feel a sadness, and they're demanding for attention. I mean, the one recent event, the most recent one, your friend, right, who left. What he is doing for attention is much less than the other people. Much, much less. But the other people that you guys have experienced it, what they've done for attention. How I talk to you guys, what I do with you guys, and how I react with you guys is exactly how I've been reacting with all these people. In fact, I was very moved today because I met an old friend of mine, Tanlin Ping. I've known her for 16 years, And she said to me today, and it really made me very happy, because she said, Rinpoche, you've never changed. You're always the same old Rinpoche. I love it. Remember she said that? And it moved me. And to have her say that to me made me feel like, oh. Because I always, and I know what she meant, but she told me a long time ago that she finds that I'm very sincere, and she believes in me 100%, and she finds me very, very, very honest. And when she said that, it was a great compliment from her, because she's straight, she doesn't play, she doesn't joke, and she's very direct. Very direct. And the thing is this, when she said to me, God, you haven't changed, I was so happy with myself in a good way. I said, yes. And I said to her, no matter how poor I get, I will never change. No matter how rich I get, I will never change. I will never forsake my vows. I will never, ever forsake any of the vows I took. You see, what keeps me in line is my vows. And so now I'm getting results. When I hold my vows, I'm not getting revenge. That's a bodhisattva vow. When I hold my vows of not getting people back, or not hurting people, or not stealing, or deceiving them, or trying to have an ulterior motive, or talking one way, meaning another. I haven't done that in years. 20, 30 years since I took my vows, Actually, I don't do that. And I'm getting results. What's the result? What is the result? I have wonderful friends. I have wonderful friends. I have people that respect me. People buy my food. People hold my chair out. People carry my clothes. People give me money. People sweep my room. I mean, come on. This is not the Middle Ages. Why? Why do they do this? They must sense that there's some kindness in me, that I have some good motivation, that I really care, and that they like to be around this type of person. That maybe even I can believe that I've changed their lives a little bit. Where did this come from? My vows. So for my vows of holding them for a little while, I have some superficial worldly benefits such as money and health and assistance and respect. But on a higher level, I'm much happier. Okay, don't talk about bodhicitta and attainments and powers and divination, don't talk about that. I'm much happier because look at all the friends I have. If I'm sick, I know I'll be alright. I know that when I'm old, people will help me. And how many people even have that basic help? That when they're old, people will take care of them. That when they're sick, people will take care of them. That when they're hungry, people will run out and look for food. And that when they run out of money, I know that if I run out of money right now, I know everybody will get together and give me money and take care. I know I'll be alright for the rest of my life. Why? Because Tsem Rinpoche is such a fabulous wonderful person. Because Tsem Rinpoche believed in his group that if we transform ourselves, we can change our lives and everybody else's lives. And I did that things. So if I keep on holding my vows and I become even stricter and I work harder and I do my practice more and I develop my mind more and I become even more compassionate and I push myself to forgive more and benefit more, even people that bug me, that I still pay their rentals. If I do that, you know what will happen? Maybe I lose 3,000 or 4,000 to their rentals and they're nasty, they cheat me, but I get a lot more. What do I get back? I get me. What's me? Who I really am supposed to be, a kind person. And that's what the purpose of life is. So you see, I've experienced a little bit of result from my vows. What's that little bit of result? That if you're kind, you may get cheated 10 times, but the one time that people believe in you, it benefits. Huge. Last time when we had a certain business deal with a certain person, an agency, and we lost 200 whatever $1,000, remember? Well, I don't have. I was very upset. I was very unhappy. And I was very, very embarrassed. And I didn't know how to talk to the sponsor. And I said to myself, no, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything. I trusted, I wrote the check, I gave it. If they wish to cheat me, that's their choice. But I'm going to hold my dignity and I'm going to forgive them. And whatever my sponsors and everybody else thinks about me, it's my ego. I'm going to forgive that person and just continue. I'm not going to give up. And it worked. In fact, from that experience, the inner circle of people that's worked with me, I commanded their respect even more. And I want to tell you something, because I held my vows. So when I held my vows, I had that experience. People respect you even more. And people like you, and people believe in you. And through that way, you can even affect other people's lives. That's a taste. You know, that's an experience. So imagine if I can taste that, what my guru feels. How my gurus may help hundreds of thousands. So what's my point? My point is, it's time for us to stop doubting our gurus. It's time for us to stop doubting the Dharma. It's time for us to stop doubting the path of goodness. It's time for us to stop doubting compassion, and it's time for us to stop doubting the vows. It's time for us to believe and experience. Because up till now we've been living without it, and it hasn't been very good. And the future doesn't have any good portents either. It's just old age and death, and that's it. So, since we've been living this long and it's not been that fabulous, in the future we can see that it doesn't have any great portents either. Why don't we adopt Dharma practice now? So for me, Dharma practice is not hard. It's not difficult. Holding my vows is effortless. And I'll tell you why. A, because I've been at it for the last 30 years. So I have a little time ahead. I'll be very honest, because I've been at it for the last 30 years. Okay? I wasn't born as holy schmoly from some kind of lotus, and I'm like, money, and then and you give me the vows, it's just symbolic, but I'm pure. No. Nobody ever wrote in the Chronicles of Tsem Rinpoche that he's an emanation of Avalokiteshvara. Nobody. Nobody wrote in the Chronicles that he's born from the heart of a lotus of Amitabha's, third eye. Nobody. So what I'm saying is, whatever they want to say about my previous lives, your previous life, it doesn't matter. What matters is right now. How do you react? You have a situation in your home right now. How do you react? How will you act? How you act, right? And how you feel doesn't matter. You think that how you act, how you will feel about yourself 1 year later. Because you're a young lady with conscience. How would you feel if you were nasty or mean or not nice a year later? You get the instant satisfaction. Not long term. And then when it's not long term, you have to cover it. So the thing is this, is that how will you deal with it right now? How I would deal with it is, you do lose. It's like, you don't have to, and it's unfair, and maybe you might even damage them, but it's too lesser the two evils. And it's more difficult to do that, but it's better. Because you don't lose yourself. You don't want to lose yourself. What does it mean? Your real self. When we're happy, it means we've been kind. When we're happy, we know we've done the right thing. When we've done the right thing, we're happy. That's real happiness. That one no one can take away. So it's time to stop doubting our gurus, to stop doubting the path, and stop doubting the Dharma or the vows, because we use that as an excuse not to push further. oh, my guru did that, I'm going away. Bye. I don't believe in this anymore. I want to have a normal life. I want to just live. That's all BS. It's not about the guru. It's about yourself. It's about yourself. So therefore, if you experience from meditation or from time, meaning holding the vows from time, or applying principles of compassion, the 8 verses to your mind, and you feel some results from people respecting you, people like you, and you find it easier to let go and you feel more happier, that is the results. That is the result. Nothing, don't look for bigger things at this moment. That is the result. When you get that result, when we're sitting here, we're having a good time, we have this wonderful relationship, and we're going to do good things together, that is the result. That's what we want as human beings. See, if you talk about enlightenment of bodhisattva or becoming a maha bodhisattva, that's a little far for all of us. But right now, what we have, this is the result. This is the result. Our relationship with each other is very pure. Why is it pure? Because we're not here to use each other. We're not here to get something from each other. We're here to work as a team. And even when we're not working, we're together, and we really enjoy this. We really enjoy this. Why? Because there's no walls and no barriers and no show. It's just yourself, your bare self. And that's very nice. It's very nice to be yourself with people, and they are themselves with you. So that's the result of Dharma practice. That is the result of what we want to experience. And trust me, when you experience that more and more and more, you want to do more Dharma. Vows are effortless. And then people give you tantric vows, you're like, why not? Because it's just the flow of things. So people who practice, they never lose faith. That's why, even after their gurus passed away, how come for some people, even their gurus have passed away 20, 30 years ago, but they can sustain their practice, they can get stronger, they can do more and more and more. Why? Because the guru is inside of them. How is the guru inside of them? Because their guru is not the physical person. It's the experience they have experienced from practicing these teachings. So when the guru has taught you something, you've applied it, and you've gotten that experience, even if your guru is not around, you will still increase that practice, become better and better. Why? Because the guru is inside it. What's that guru? The experience you have received from the practice that changed your mind. That's the guru. So for some people say, oh, well, Rinpoche's not around, I'm not near Rinpoche, or I don't know what's going on, or I doubt Rinpoche, I'm not going to practice. They just go off real quick. It's very clear. They're okay. It's very clear. So people have very supreme faith in their Lama. Supreme faith in their Lamas, they have practice. That's why even when it comes to Gosam, when it comes to the level of the Lamas, some people are blown away by a Lama who sits on a very high throne. Some people are blown away by Lamas who have big titles and big hats, and they are famous and well known. And so if it's a well-known guru, if it's a famous guru, they feel it's better. That shows you their level of Lama. Because what a high-level guru is teaching you, what a famous guru is teaching you, or an ordinary guru is teaching you, or the simple old monk in your house is teaching you, it's exactly the same message. And if you practice that message and you gain that experience, it doesn't matter whether the guru is high or low, you will have faith in virtue. You will have faith. So people who run around to different gurus, run around to different teachers, they feel excited about it. Most of the time it's because they have not experienced anything in their lives. So they feel that, oh, I'm with this guru, but if I'm with a more famous guru, a better guru, maybe I have to experience more, that I go back and serve my guru better. I mean, they have all kinds of twisted thoughts. So, if that is the case, then all of us should never take refuge from ordinary gurus. We should take refuge from the top. Only the best. So how's that possible? How's that possible? But if we not experience the guru or experience the teaching, if we not experience teaching, then another possibility is to look for big gurus. We run for big gurus' teachings. We run for big gurus' assembly, and we see that if a lot of people go there, then it must be a very good guru because there's a lot of people. But then again, there's a lot of people just like them, no confidence in themselves. So therefore, in the Tibetan system, whether your guru is high or low, or big status, or sits on the throne, or a normal ordinary monk, or high Rinpoche, it doesn't matter. If you take the essence of the teachings and you put it in your heart and you practice, you'll experience the power of the guru. Because the experience of the power of the guru is not really the person. It is how you act after you gain the experience. The peace and happiness. That is a real guru. Why? Because the purpose of having a guru is to become a guru, to find a guru. become a Buddha. So therefore, if you don't find a guru and you look for high level gurus. Oh, this guru's got 16 incarnations, this guru's got 30 incarnations. Oh, I need to know about his previous life. Oh, wow, he's emanating, he's got this magical power. You know, he has clairvoyance, right, and he can change my life. You can't. They can't. They can't. Everybody around these gurus must have changed them. And everybody around these high power gurus must be perfect and changed, transformed. In fact, the cases around these gurus of people transform even less than ordinary gurus. Why? Because they have no self-confidence. They feel if the mob is there, or it's bigger power, it's bigger name, there's something there. That's human design. Does that make sense? You think about it. So therefore, if we have a simple old monk, or a simple old nun, or just a simple old teacher, just very simple with no status, if we stick with our teacher loyally all the way, we will get experience. We will. We don't need to run here, we don't need to run there, we don't need to be here, we don't need to go do nothing. Because why? What we experience is a result already. That comes from the teaching. Running here and there, in fact, it sets for that example. Hence, I said in Ganden Monastery, where we live in an environment of such holy gurus, so many holy masters, holy. You don't see us running back and forth. No. We stick to our own. Some monks even have teachers that are very simple genshis. Their teachers are not high gurus. They don't even run there, but they respect very much because they have their teachers and they do their meditation. They get the results. It's very, very clear. And whatever people say about our guru, whatever people say about our teacher, if we have experience of practicing and gaining results of his teaching, we'll never have doubt. Why will we never ever have doubt? Because we have experienced it. If we have doubt, they're able to give that doubt to us just because we haven't experienced it. We haven't experienced it, and we won't experience it with another teacher. Why? Because we're just running away from ourselves. That, oh, this teacher is normal, and they said some bad things. They said this rumor, oh, my teacher practices a knife, and his teacher practices a spoon, and the spoon is better than the knife is not good. So we're going to leave the knife teacher, we're going to go to the spoon practicing teacher. And then, no, you're actually running away from yourself. Because the spoon and the knife is just the outer thing. The real inner thing is mind transformation. A teacher who just gives initiations, intentional teachings, and encourages that is someone we have to be careful. A teacher that focuses on mind training and mind transformation, we should flock to that, he says in the scriptures. Why is that in the Lamrim? Why? That's what it's about. That's what it's really about. That's why people say, oh, but Buddhism is a non-action type of religion where you go to the mountain and escape. There are people who go to the mountains and escape and pretend they're meditating. There are. But there are also people like Buddha Shakyamuni who said, no, I can do more if I'm a Buddha. I can do much more if I'm a Buddha. So for all of their sake, I will put all my energy into practice to become a Buddha. That's the best point. So therefore, how to help them? By helping yourself. May that make more sense? You can wipe someone's diaper over and over. You can feed someone over and over, but their mind is still. If they're unhappy, they'll need to be fed, they'll need to be taken care of. Again, it doesn't have to. There's no end ever. So if you practice, you become a fully enlightened being. Never mind just cleaning and giving them food, you can do so much more. You can do that and so much more. Does that make sense? Yeah. So myself, when I see someone that has failed, they go away. I make an internal commitment that I want to practice. When I see someone's very happy and I change their lives, I make an internal commitment I want to practice harder. Because both ways inspire me. Because it's not about me. But they did something good, I rejoice, I had something to do with it. They did something bad, I am sad because I am responsible. A true Buddhist takes responsibility for everyone. A true Buddhist. So how do you do that? By getting into a guilt fit and throwing BFs and complaining? No, you do your practice harder. How? You enforce your vows. The next opportunity that comes along that people are going to be funny with you, be kind. Without letting them take advantage. Be kind. That's how you connect this one. And when you do that over and over and over, you will definitely gain experience. Gain happiness, and then the immediate result of that will be people respect you, people like you, people hang around, people want to be with you, people listen to you. You shouldn't be hung up on that, but you should think, oh, I have a little bit of result, I'll do more. Not for the fasting in the life or the respect or the money or the fame. No. more that that's just a side product. You wouldn't be doing something for a side product. Example, if you got really bad cancer and it takes chemotherapy, and then it's getting rid of your fevers. That's great, but you don't keep doing that for getting rid of the fevers. You do that to get rid of the cancer and everything else, the headaches and etc. Similarly, if you do a little bit down practice and people praise you and you get carried away by that, that's ridiculous because that's not what you did it for. So you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Dharma practitioners are humble. Real Dharma practitioners are very humble. They're truly, sometimes they will show arrogance, sometimes they show like they're somebody, but if you look at them closely and you observe them over time, they're very humble. Why are they very humble? Not because they're trying to, because their natural state of mind is happiness. They're not insecure to show. They don't need to show off. So they're humble not because they're trying to be. They're humble because they have no need to show off. They have no need to bask in the light or to draw attention to themselves. They have no need. So they are naturally humble. You get what I mean? They're not trying to be. Real Dharma practitioners find joy in people's pain because they find an opportunity to help. So they're not happy that they're in pain. They're so happy to help. They don't look at people suffering and go, oh no work. They look at them and say, oh, I'm going to help. Like, oh, they're joyous, not joyous in their pain. Real Dharma practitioners, when they see people happy, they're very joyous. Their minds don't change because real Dharma practitioners, either way, your minds are motivated to practice. Does that make sense? Either way. So that's why now for us here, most of us at this table and most of us in our organization, we have reached a level that we have to stop blaming the Guru, the teaching, our Dharma brothers and sisters in situations for our lack of practice, or our lack of faith, or us running away, or not staying, or not going. We have to do that already. Why? It's not about them. But that's just an escape. So people who've been with their Gurus for 6, 7, 8 years, when they talk against the Guru, when they talk against Dharma, when they say negative things about Dharma brothers and sisters, it's very, very sad because they're still at that level. They're still at the level. What level? The level is that they have not experienced any type of compassion. They have not experienced any type of care or concern for others. Not experienced any. Why? Because they have applied no effort. And so therefore, when they have applied no effort and they have not experienced any type of compassion or love, that will apply to their other parts of their lives. In job, in relationship, in friendship, whatever they do will be basically some sort of failure. You get what I mean? The opposite end is that these people sometimes will be very successful in worldly business to cover their bills. You'll see 2 times. Does that make sense? So they do more. They show off more. They have bigger cars, bigger rings, whatever. They show off their lack of success. They know they feel empty inside. They don't feel happy. They don't know why people don't respect them. They don't know why. So therefore, and there's the other type of people who they have not experienced compassion because they have not given it. You see, you experience compassion when you give it, not when you get it. When you experience it, you give it, then you get it without wanting it. These people who feel that, after 5, 6, 7 years, they won't blame anyone. They won't even look for another guru. Even students of the gurus, they won't look for other gurus, other centers, other traditions. Why? They've experienced result. If they don't get result, they won't get result anywhere. Very unlikely. Rare cases there are because they find their own lineage, Rare cases that they have a stronger karmic connection to another lineage. There's rare cases. But also, these kind of people usually in other parts of their life, in relationship, in friendship, in personal development, in money, and in jobs, they're also failures. Why? Because their character is that way. So of course, in spiritual practice, they'll be inverted commas failures. Why? Because that's their mode of being, or their mode of function with every part of their life. So usually they fail in everything. And then they use more and more and more tactics to get your attention or your sympathy and help. And the more they do, the more disgusted you become because you get an experience of what they are like. You experience what they're like. So whatever they do now, you're like, Even if they give you a glass of water, you're like, exactly. And you're afraid to be around them. And consequently, they become more lonely. They become more segregated. They become more um, um, marginalized. They become more isolated. And it becomes worse and worse. How do you help them? You have to practice. You have to practice more. And sometimes we have to realize some of these people in this life won't be able to help. Not in this life. So not helping them in this life isn't breaking your vows or giving up on them. It's that you're going back and building yourself up for the war. You know, you go back into your training camp and you build yourself up for the real fight. Meaning you develop more compassion, you become more stronger, you become more firm so you can help them in future life. This isn't about one.